Grandpa Sidney, you've never really told me about your experiences in World War II, and I would really like to know, could you please share some of those experiences with us?
I matriculated in 1932, and it's a year of the Depression, I remember. And it was very, very difficult to get a job, but I got a job at Oblowitz Brothers, Albert Road, Salt River. They had a big departmental store, and they specialised in importing ladies' garments from overseas. So the fall of the invasion by Hitler and Mussolini of Europe, I volunteered, I remember, in June 1940. Then I volunteered. I felt it was my duty, and I said to my parents, look what the Nazis are doing to the Jewish people. And he says, I said, I can't, my conscience won't allow me, I must join up. So I volunteered, and I took I gave me the red tabs. I remember General Smuts, he was a commander-in-chief of the Allied, and then I went on an armament course, and then I was sent to Durban Harbour, where I joined the troop ships there. I remember it was a New Amsterdam. It was on a Dutch luxury liner which ran on the transatlantic line, and I joined, and on the dockside there was a woman by the name of Seeley, dressed in white. She used to sing, "Wish me goodbye as you would, wish me love, here we go on our way." And I joined 6,000 other troops. We left Durban Harbour. We were escorted by 2 frigates because submarines were operating off the Madagascar coast. And in 12 days we reached Port Tewfik at the bottom of the Suez Canal. And then from there, I was drafted to my squadron. I was drafted to a 12 Squadron Boston bombers. And I joined them, and I served the Middle East campaign there. Now, the Rommel rounded Tobruk, and he cut off, and Tobruk was 6th Division under General Kloppers. There was 250,000 South African troops there. But we, the Air Force, were on the escarpment above Tobruk. We could see them surrendering there, and they were being shipped over to Italy and to Germany, to concentrate in the camps there. But we escaped. We were on top of there, we could see what was happening, and we were advised by the military to evacuate your planes, and there's all over the Middle East, the Allied troops were, they call the Gazala Gallop, they were all, I remember them streaming towards Cairo, because the Germans wanted to get hold of the oil supplies, the petrol supplies, and we managed to stop them at Alamein, the Australians and New Zealand troops, fresh troops, came up from Cairo, and they, Alamein was it was between the Qatar Depression and the sea, and they managed to stop them there, you know. Our lives were all in danger. We were constantly bombed by the Stukas, and you know. But everyone we had out. We lived in. There was always a funk hole, a trench, you know, where we used to jump in case we were dive bombed by these Stukas. They used to come over. And the sun was going down, you know. But I remember we only used to get a bottle of water a day, a little, what do you call, a billy can of water a day, and we had to use it either for washing or for making something to, you know, for something to drink. I remember when it was Pesach, the chaplains used to come around and they used to dish out matzah for us, you know. I remember there was a Natus, there was a chaplain Natus, and there was a Rabinovich and a Ernst. I also visited the Western Wall. In 1942, the British were in charge of the British mandate was operating there. And there's another little passage there, and I visited the Western Wall. And there was a few of the elderly Jewish. In those days it was Palestine, there was no Israel yet. It was Palestine, and the Palestinians, the Jewish Palestinians, used to supply the Allied troops. I remember with jam, used to get jam from Ashdod, it was cold, and the kibbutzim used to supply them with vegetables and fruit. And but we used to do all the trucks. All the drivers were Palestinians, Jewish Palestinians, and they refused the Mufti of Jerusalem, who was very pro-Hitler. His name was Husseini, and he says, no, we're not going to take part, we're going to boycott it, we're not going to take part. First of all, we drove the Germans up to Marathon, where the Germans resisted, and then the Indians, the Gurkhas, and the Sikhs, they were very good at the mountain, you know, mountain fighting, and they slit the throats of the Germans, I believe, and then the Germans fled to Cape Bon, and then we pursued them, and I know a landing craft took me to Sicily. And I landed at Palermo, I remember, in Sicily. Then they said, listen, all right, you can go back to South Africa now. You can return there because you've served your time, you're a married man. In those days it was 3 and 6 a day for a volunteer South African. That's what we got paid. I got him mobbed in 1945. And it took us 30 days from Suez to reach Durban.